I remember sitting in my car in a parking lot on a Monday morning. I had just shot a wedding the day before. 10 plus hours on my feet, not to mention the long car ride home. And I was about to go into the building and make cold calls for 9 hours straight. I pulled out the calculator on my phone, not to figure anything out really, just to stare at a number. Like if I looked at it long enough, something might change. It didn't. And the reality is, most of you guys have had the same moment. Maybe not in a parking lot per se, but maybe it was lying in your bed the night before Monday. You pull out your phone, you run the math, and it almost works, but not quite. And you can't figure out why. Well, here's why. You don't have the right number. You have a salary number or a revenue number, but you don't have the real number. The one that actually tells you when it's safe to quit your 9-to-5 and to go full time with your side hustle. That's what this video's about. My wife Paige and I run a luxury wedding photography and videography business. We're both full-time now, but we got here completely differently. Before this, Paige was a media producer at a university. Stable salary, around $30,000 a year plus benefits. I was a loan specialist making around the same. Cold calls all day, hard quotas, zero creative freedom. We both had security, but we had almost no time together because of our full-time jobs and running a business on the side. And that kind of exhaustion does something to your thinking. It tricks you into believing that the answer is to move faster, to just get out and quit because you're so worn down you can't even see clearly. That's what happened to me. I'll tell you more about my story in just a minute, but I want to start with Paige's because hers is the one I wish I had followed. Paige started building this business in August of 2019. Even while still going to work every single morning, she was doing it on the side. For over 2 years, we shot weddings on nights and weekends. She built the client base, built the brand, built the revenue, and while still keeping the income that helped pay a lot of our bills. It wasn't glamorous. There was nothing jaw-dropping to post on Instagram. She just showed up every week and built something real. In January 2022, she left her job. And here's what made that timing matter. Before she walked out the door, she had 18 weddings already booked for the year. And at $2,000 a piece, that's $36,000 in signed contracts. Keep in mind, her university salary was only $30,000. She didn't just replace her income before she quit, she had already exceeded it. She left because the math was already done. The year before she quit, we made around $20,000 together. The year after, $60,000. And the growth came after she built the bridge, not before. I think about that a lot because she wasn't doing anything I wasn't capable of doing. She wasn't more talented. She was more patient. She built the bridge before she crossed it, and she crossed it because there was something to land on. That's the move. I want to be clear about something. I wasn't watching from the sidelines while Paige built this. I was shooting the majority of those weddings right alongside of her, most weekends and most of the travel. I had the skills, I was putting in the hours, I was already inside the business in every practical sense. I just wasn't in it with a plan because the rest of the week was still 9 hours of cold calls every day. And that math eventually broke me. I was done, completely, physically, and mentally done. I talked about this more in my last video, but I've been running on empty longer than I knew. The cold calls, the schedule, the weight of doing 2 full-time jobs, it had taken a lot out of me, and I made an emotional decision. After a heated meeting where I left feeling unappreciated and attacked, I quit, and I burned some bridges doing it. Despite that though, here's the honest part. It worked out. That year ended up being one of the best revenue years for us. But leaving the way I did created costs I wasn't ready for. We weren't ready for. We lost my employer's health insurance, and when you have to buy it yourself for the first time, the number surprises you. Self-employment taxes are a different world than what you're used to on a W-2. Our best revenue year was immediately followed by a bill close to $10,000. That number blindsided us completely. That year we crossed $90,000 together, and I still felt like I was drowning in April because the money was real, but the plan wasn't complete. The year after that, we did nearly $170,000, and we've cleared 6 figures every year since. But the number wasn't the problem I thought it was. The infrastructure around it was. That's real, and nobody talks about it. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this because the version of the story you see on the internet is almost always the highlight reel. Nobody talks about the tax bill. Nobody tells you about the slow months. Nobody tells you what it actually costs to cross that bridge. That's the conversation I want to have. If this is landing for you, if you're in the spot I'm describing, hit subscribe. This whole series is built for exactly that person. I've got 3 more videos coming in this roadmap, and each one gets more specific. Don't miss it. Now, let's get into the math. When you go full-time, your number has to cover things that were invisible when you had a paycheck. Things like health insurance. When your employer stops providing it, you're buying it yourself. And this is not a small line item. Build it now before you need it. Taxes. On a W-2, your employer covers half of your self-employment tax. But on your own, you're covering all of it. And quarterly estimated payments need to be planned for, not discovered. Gear. Things break. Things get outdated. This industry requires you to stay equipped. That's a recurring cost, not a one-time expense. And if you want your clients to take you seriously, you need to take yourself seriously and invest in yourself and your gear. In the slow season, because bookings don't come steady. They never have, and they never will. Sometimes we'll go a few months with almost no inquiries, and then get 3 or 4 in a single week. If you don't have a buffer for those quiet months, that silence is going to terrify you every time it comes around. And it always comes back around. This isn't a problem you solve with pure motivation. It's a problem you solve by doing the math. When Paige sat down to figure out her numbers, she didn't use a complicated spreadsheet. She just used a notebook and a framework simple enough to do in a single evening. First, write down your personal monthly expenses, not your salary, your actual costs of living, like rent, food, utilities, insurance. What does your life actually cost every month? Write that number down. Okay. Second, business monthly expenses, things like software, your website, accounting, your gear and maintenance, the real costs of running a professional operation. Okay, now multiply both of those by 12. That's your annual baseline, what it takes just to exist and operate without going backwards. Then add 30% on top of that for taxes. If you're not building taxes into your number, you're building the wrong number. And then, this is the step most people skip, add 3 to 6 months buffer on top of everything. Not income, a buffer. Because you will have a slow season. You will have a surprise of some kind. Something will break, and at the worst possible time. The buffer isn't pessimism, it's what makes the rest of this sustainable. Now compare that number to your confirmed booked revenue. Not leads, not conversations you feel good about, signed contracts, deposits in hand. When you've confirmed revenue covers that full number, including the buffer, you're in a real conversation about leaving. Paige had 18 signed weddings before she walked out the door. She didn't hope the math worked. She watched it work. And then she left. Build your version of that. Even if it takes another 6 months to a year, it's worth doing it right. I want to close with something that has nothing to do with the math. When Paige and I both had corporate jobs, we barely saw each other. And when we did, it was almost never quality time because we were both so tired and burnt out. We were 2 people living parallel, exhausted lives. But now we get to spend almost every single day together. And since becoming new parents last December, that means neither one of us has to miss even a single precious moment. And that in and of itself is priceless. We no longer are working ourselves to death for someone else and to never see each other. Now we get to work together and build something we're both proud of. Something that works for us and our needs. That's what you're working toward. Not just because you can make more money and set your own schedule, but also because you're working toward a version of your life you can be proud of and be more fulfilled in. The version of your life you started dreaming about the first time you picked up a camera and thought, this is it. This is what I want to do. The math is how you get there without destroying yourself along the way. Get the number right, build toward it on purpose, and when it's covered, jump. Because the life on the other side of that bridge is real, and it's incredibly worth it. The next video in this series is about how to build towards this number while you're still employed. Because the most common mistake I see people making is that they're quitting first and then trying to find clients later. You need to flip that completely. In the meantime, grab a notebook and tonight, run through the framework. Write down the numbers you think you need to go full time and then actually calculate them using what we walked through earlier. Most people find that the number in their head was wrong. That's not a problem, that's a starting point. If you're new here, I make videos for wedding photographers and videographers who are serious about building something that actually lasts. The systems, the business, the real story of doing this full time. I'd love to have you around. See you in the next one.